You are listening to DC On Screen.
All right, DC On Screen, back in your ear. I'm David C. Robertson. This is Jason Goss.
Hi.
We're catching up on a little bit of news. I can't believe it's been like 20 days since we put out an episode.
Yeah. It's been a very quick 20 days for me.
Yeah, me too. Alrighty. Well, as you guys recall from last week, or last episode, I had a house guest. Our patron and friend, Effie Oppelders, was staying at my crib.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were pretty busy, and I didn't have time to get news together.
No.
Also, there wasn't that much news at that time.
Chilling with the ineffable Effie.
Absolutely. So, here we are.
It piled up there at the end, I think.
It did. A little bit.
Hell, Gunn was busy all by himself.
I know.
Over on whatever is his primary now. I don't know.
I'm
trying to figure out what everyone's new primary is.
I'd be checking like Threads and
Blue Sky
Instagram and Blue Sky. Yeah, like I don't know.
That's where I am right now. If anyone wants to find me,
yeah, I'm there. David C. Robertson.
It's primarily
one word.
Just doing a little scooching.
What are you, Jason off screen? Something like that?
I think, or Goss. I couldn't. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I don't know if you guys realize this, but Thanksgiving is coming up. We're talking about November 24th. That's when we're recording this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that Creature Commandos is very close.
Oh God, yeah. It's just down the street. I love it.
The first 2 episodes premiere December 5th. I'm so excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
So right out of the gate, let's talk about Scooper Daniel RPK, who I've repeatedly said, do not trust this man.
Mm.
He said a young Lex Luthor will appear in Creature Commandos. James Gunn says it's not true. Plenty of fun appearances in Creature Commandos, but no Lex, young or otherwise. And Creature Commandos only happens before Superman. So there you go. With that. Man spoke. Here's an interesting bit. Alan Tudyk was talking in an interview with Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently they have interviews. I thought they just unfairly shit on things.
Yeah, no, the interviews would be the first useful thing I've ever seen him do. Fantastic. This is great news.
Alan Tudyk said that he is playing Clayface in Creature Commandos.
Cool.
He says Harley Quinn is very comedic. It's straight up comedy, whereas this one is a drama that has that is funny. I guess that's a typo, huh?
Mm.
This was a drama that has humorous elements within it, but is action and it's drama and passion. I play Clayface.
So happy that's on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know.
I'm gonna refocus. I'm sorry.
I know, right? I play Clayface and Harley Quinn, and he does the Clayface voice from Harley Quinn like this, and he's an idiot, and he's always, that sounded like Bane.
Yeah.
He's always like, what's my motivation here? Daddy didn't love me.
Mm-hmm. He's an actor.
He then explained that in Creature Commandos, Clayface is a killer. We have a huge fight, and he's a homicidal maniac. So it's the same character. That's really cool about DC. I get to play the actual same character 2 completely different ways, and I like them both. It's really nice that James let me play Clayface in Creature Commandos. I was so happy I didn't even have to ask. I was going to ask when I saw it in there, and he let me know that I got to do it. Because as we know, Alan Tudyk is playing Dr. Phosphorus in Creature Commandos as well.
I like it.
He's like, absolutely, you could do it. We don't have to pay you again. We don't have to find another actor to do Clayface.
True. And yeah, his voice is freaking silly putty anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm calling this next section, is Creature Commandos really necessary?
Oh, fun.
I think this is important. I really do.
It's gonna be fun. I feel like we're going to be able to retitle that so many ways.
So James Gunn posted a little bit of press that they were doing for Creature Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
And someone wrote, the same Creature Commandos who killed weird war tales? I know you're good at what you do, but is this really necessary? And James Gunn responds, If there has been one consistent element in my life, it is this. In 1999, folks were outraged. The trauma guy was doing Scooby-Doo. I was for the first time bombarded with online vitriol. Later, over 200,000 people signed a petition protesting Zack and I making Dawn of the Dead. When Guardians of the Galaxy was announced, we were endlessly told it was wrong to focus on them over more well-known heroes, and it would be Marvel's first bomb. Next, I was told over and over, no one wanted to see a TV show about Peacemaker. Even recently, we got thousands of mentions saying no one wanted a series about the Penguin. So I certainly have learned to ignore the chant, is this necessary? Or no one wants to see this, and instead focus on the passion in and the merits of each project itself. Hear, hear.
Hear, hear, indeed.
Hear, hear, James.
A worthwhile response to a not worthy question.
But, it's a question we see all the time.
Yeah, it really is.
Continually. No, anybody ask for this?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd love to condescend to it, but we've all done it. I mean, we've all fucking done it. Yeah,
but you know what? Like, when I think about, I hate that specific question anyway.
Yeah, sure.
I hate both of them. Like, did anyone ask for this? It pisses me off so much because when you think about it, like, I never asked for most of the things that took me by surprise that I wound up loving.
Yeah.
Any Coen Brothers movie, I absolutely did not ask for because I couldn't have conceived of it.
Would never occur to you to ask for whatever the fuck that was.
Would have never occurred to me.
Yeah.
And yet, every time I walk into a room that I'm unfamiliar with that has hardwood floors, I've got to pat my foot on it and go, this is what is a soak?
Yeah.
Because George Clooney and Burn After Reading. My God.
This would be a great use of AI at some point. Is just, okay, if you just want to see stuff that you asked for, we'll go ask for it.
Yeah.
And don't complain when the rest of us are watching shit that was made by creatives.
Yeah. All right, so on to Superman, which, by the way, comes out July 11th, 2025.
It does feel wonderfully close now.
It does. I mean, it's still like 8 months away. Dude, they're talking about like people are conjecting that the first trailer is going to come out sometime mid-December. I don't know. A lot of folderol, a lot of scoop behavior, but
which sounds great. And if it does, though, I just want Gunn to just message it, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Just drop it about this time next month. Here you go.
Yeah. I hate to rain on everyone's parade, but it's going to be a teaser, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's not going to be like a full trailer. We got 8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Gunn just like knocks my dick in the dirt and says, guess what, motherfucker, you're wrong. And I welcome it.
Yeah. But, he very well could, and he has the reins. So if he wanted to, he could just pull that. But, just history wise, we're gonna get the teaser first.
I would assume, yeah.
But I would take it. I would take it if it ended 24 I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. So, by the way, this isn't news.
Use a little help, James. Could use a little help on 2024. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was an honest plea.
The humble way you said that. It was an honest plea. Oh, Jason. So, this isn't news, but actor Tom Brittney said that he was auditioning. He was in one of the final runnings for Superman. Mm-hmm. And he said in an interview, and he shouldn't have, because he's getting threats now. Mm-hmm. He said in an interview that he tore Henry Cavill's suit from Man of Steel for his audition. He says it takes about half an hour to put it on and adjust it, and I think I accidentally broke it.
You would think someone would mention that. They're very specific with these measurements.
Yeah.
It's a lot funnier for me to imagine him like Hulk Hoganing that thing, though.
Yeah. Well, they just try to put on whatever like the newest thing is from the last thing that they're not currently using, because these uniforms cost a lot of money. So,
I just thought after Cavill and the Reeve outfit, it was just going to be tradition now. You try on the previous Superman's outfit.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
one of them just was told to strip naked and run a girl up the stairs one time, and that worked out for him.
Uh-huh. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's an old audition for a Superman. I forget what his name was, but it was, I'd remember it if somebody named it. And whoever's screaming at me right now, I'm sorry. But yeah, one of the old Supermen, it really was. He just showed up at his audition. They were like, take your shirt off, grab her and run.
That sounds like a George Reeves thing.
I think it was before him.
Oh, Kirk Allen?
Maybe. That sounds right.
That's pretty much
I
it.
think it was Kirk Allen, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense.
Holder, maybe, and he just ran off because he was fit, you know?
Jason, that would make sense. There was no Superman before Kirk Allen, unless you count like the dude at the World's Fair. Which I'm not.
I would bet on Kirk Allen then for that.
Yeah. So, of course, he was naked.
Yeah.
Gunn said...
Dude was busting.
Gunn said, yes, Tom messed it up. And then Corn Sweat came in, and he was way too tall. So it just got torn to shreds.
We used it for the steelbook cover of the re-release of Snyder's.
So, you know, none of these people meant to ruin the Henry Cavill Man of Steel uniform. It wasn't even the uniform he was using when he left.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was. He did say that he put on the Man of Steel uniform for Black Adam. Oh, shit. Well, enjoy that Black Adam while you can, y'all.
That means that was the first one, I think.
Yeah.
That was the one Henry chose for that. He said, no, I've thought about a lot or something like that, but that was just more special.
Well, it's toe up now.
It's gone. We'll always have Man of Steel.
I mean, look, what's a more honorable way for a costume to go out? Is it to go out like ringing in the casting of a new Superman? Or is it more honorable to go out sitting on a mannequin and being moved around Warner Brothers Studios tour until it just falls the fuck apart?
Mm-hmm. Did I ever show you an old Bill Hicks bit about euthanizing grandparents?
No.
Or would you rather, just, pass away in a hospital and kind of lonely and sad, or would, this was back in like the late 80s, so it's like, or would you rather go as a stunt double and have your head kicked off by Chuck Norris? Compelling argument.
Hospital.
Well, if you're getting rid of old people.
I will fade away rather than burn out every time. I'm already faded away.
I don't know.
I run into old classmates in the store and they go, motherfucker, I thought you died.
Yeah. I mourned you. Why?
No, I say, what, did you mourn me? And they go, I wouldn't go that far. I danced. Thank God that creature is still on the fucking earth.
Deleted your number and everything. I called several times. Well, it was deleted.
Then they watched Goonies in my honor because I looked like the monster in Goonies.
Of course, yeah. Naturally.
That's got to be the joke, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing a DC podcast. He's wearing a Superman shirt.
It'll work. That is getting a revival.
I guess.
I don't know why I've seen that dude everywhere recently on merchandise. So,
things happen. People get excited about old shit.
They do.
People remember. Oh yeah, that was a thing.
It was probably just a McFarlane toy for a second.
Oh, you want to know what old thing I'm excited about right now?
What's that?
They're making a live action Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember the kid that's playing He-Man, but Idris Elba is playing Man-at-Arms. And Tila is Camila Mendez from Riverdale, and Allison Brie is Evelyn.
Mm.
And really all they had to say was Allison Brie, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Never turned it down. I mean,
I sent that article to my wife. I was like, girl, by the power of Grayskull.
I mean, speaking of, I would love to see Joel McHale hop in there and just fuck up that universe.
You know what? He should play Skeletor. Yeah. He really looks like Skeletor for real.
He actually does, yeah.
Yeah.
Just get him to trim some.
Alrighty.
I think he'd have a good time with it.
Probably.
I mean, for just casting that way, it's between him and Conan anyway. So.
Ooh.
I just would like to see Conan do the run that's in the meme.
Yeah, that'd be fun. No, I think we need Conan as Orko. Just doing a voiceover though. Just doing, he's like the little floaty guy in the red dress with the O on his shirt.
Oh, of course.
The
role he was born for.
So James Gunn said he wasn't going to be telling origin stories of Superman and Batman. And someone said, James, why are you overlooking origin stories? Those make us connect with the characters well at an emotional level. And your choices of so niche characters to headline their own movie like Sergeant Rock or Swamp Thing makes it look like you're making the DCU for hardcore comic book readers and not for the general audience. And Gunn says, I'm not telling Batman and Superman's origin stories again because everyone knows them. And don't put Swamp Thing in the corner. That's a project in development we've actually announced. And he's an incredibly well-known character with not only some of the greatest comics of all time, but a successful film series and his own TV show. Something that could be said of only a very small handful of DC characters.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Sergeant Rock. By the way, Sergeant Rock. That's rumored.
Not true.
That hasn't been confirmed. I know everyone's excited. Sergeant Rock, Daniel Craig, blah blah blah. It's not official.
Yeah, it does sound nice.
No one has signed on.
Yeah.
The Deadline article even said no one has signed on.
We're not there
Contracts have not been made.
It looks sexy though. I get it.
I mean, sure.
I'm into it.
Likewise.
But
my hopes aren't high.
Yeah.
How many times over the past 8-9 years have we heard about a thing like, oh my God, this person is fucking attached, and this person is attached, and the filmmaker that they like is attached, and all these people are writing the thing, and they're doing the thing, and it's gonna happen, it's in development, and then we never hear about it again, and then everyone's like, DC can't get anything done, like, everything dies because they announced this. No, motherfucker, they didn't. They did not announce. Ain't nobody announced shit.
I feel like this is your version of the how many men stayed good, Alfred speech.
It is.
You're not wrong about any of the concerns you just listed.
Look, back in what was it, 2018, 2016, 17? I don't even know. They announced, there were at least 2 slates that they announced that didn't happen. I'll give people that. Naysayers, nay away. But after that, it's just been shit like, oh, what happened to Blackhawks? It's still in development. Don't nobody know.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten it right yet.
Constantine
people are busy.
Who knows?
Constantine 2?
Still
Who
chilling.
knows? People are still talking about it, going like, well, we're still fucking around with the script. We don't know. Chris McKay's Nightwing.
I forget about that thing.
Yeah, that one was a big one. Like, Chris McKay was coming out and saying some shit, a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of died. But, regimes at Warner Brothers have been crazy, but also, a lot of this shit has never been officially announced. It's all been, in development. We don't know.
Yeah. Batgirl? God.
Yeah, well.
They might make one. Who knows?
That really was a huge screw up.
Rumors.
That was terrible. But also, I get it, because it was clearly not in a universe they were going to pursue.
Yeah.
So, cut it off, y'all. Cut it off. I'm sorry. I agree with the decision.
In the sense that it saved money, for sure. Well, in the sense that it saved money and wasn't going to do them any good building a universe yet.
Yeah, no, there was no point to it.
Peacemaker in the sense that it probably cost them a ton of reputation. God, fuck.
Their reputation was already shot, let's be fair.
True, yeah. If anything, you hope it does. Jesus Christ.
I mean, whatever Gunn does, Gunn knew and Zaslav knew. I'm not saying Zaslav's a good guy by any stretch. He's an asshole. He comes out and says stupid shit, and Gunn goes, that's not true.
Yeah.
But I think both of them realized that whatever was going to happen, they were going to have to build trust again with the audience and with the talent, because the Hamadaverse was not it. People were not going to see those movies.
They were problematic. I think it was just the splintering, man. I mean, they were every decision that was made was reactionary, and one step after the reaction was they were always chasing dominoes that are always falling. It sucked to watch.
Like I've said for years, it was death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
It was, you screwed over Zack Snyder. There's all this problematic shit attached to Justice League. You've got Jeff Johns in there poisoning the well. You've got
actively trying. Yeah.
Walter Hamada, ignoring people. Look, man, I get it. You're not a big Zack Snyder fan. Why would you cut off Henry Cavill from being able to make another Superman movie? Why would you stop him from being showing up in fucking Shazam and showing up in all these different things? Why would your Walter Hamada is so confusing to me. Like, why would you say, like, I want to get rid of Batman and Superman and replace them with Batgirl and Supergirl for the rest of the fucking universe? Because that's what he was doing. Yeah. That's how Flash how Flash ended, according to him.
Yeah.
And just like, dude, Batman and Superman are like cornerstones. They're the front runners.
They are. I mean, he was trying to use the whatever they had left in that symbol, I think, to rewrite some of that so that he could kind of keep control of how he was trying to do it. Like, he had a plan, and he needed a Superman and a Batman to some extent, but the ones that were available were already just way out of his control and had way more behind them, and if he had used them, it would have been just disastrous to the current plan. Like,
oh yeah,
he couldn't play with those pieces, so you make a new one up, and like, I understand what he was trying to do. I just think it was a real doomed plan when it comes down to it.
Yeah. And, here we are on the cusp of 2025, and we're still talking about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's shit would have been over if they just let him make his shit.
Yeah, really.
Would have already. His whole plan was to reboot the fucking universe. It was over. It was going to be over by now.
It was. I think it would have ended. Wasn't it going to end in 2025 originally?
Oh gosh,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, well, whatever.
It is findable, but there was originally a slate, and it was going to be. God, there was originally a slate where like.
It was like Justice League 2017, Justice League Part 2, like.
Yeah, it ended with a Part 2.
2020 or something.
Right before that shit.
Yeah.
I think it would have been maybe this year or next year that the Justice League would have come out in that series of events. Whatever timeline that is.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. Like, would he have shot it all together? Would he have, what are we looking at? I don't know.
No. Inevitable.
Alternate timelines.
Delay is inevitable, and let's say there was still a writer's strike and stuff like that. There would have been plenty. I just mean the original slate had him out this year, but I mean, it would have been about time, because that would have been 2011, 2012 when he dropped the whole idea of it.
No, 2013 was when Man of Steel came out.
Yeah.
So it was like 2016 when BVS came out. So it was probably 2016 when they were like, here's what's coming next. Or maybe 2015, late 2015, when they were like, hey, by the way, we're going to do BVS, Suicide Squad, and then XYZ, Wonder Woman.
Somewhere in 2015. I actually am remembering where I was talking to you about it. Like, I remember what job I was at the time. It was somewhere in 2015 when we talked about it.
Okay.
But yeah, we would have been toward the end of that. Could have just gotten all the money, soaked it up, moved on.
We would pretty much been where we are right now.
Yep. But without all the whatever the fuck that was.
Just, we would have still just been having the crybabies saying Reeves was the smiley Superman that we liked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that would have been true. And you could have still had that, and we could have still just done this other thing, and we could still move on. But
Peacemaker Season 2. So they released like the first footage of Peacemaker Season 2, but it was like in this like HBO trailer thing where you saw like a whole bunch of other stuff like from other shows.
Yeah.
And then we got some cool stuff, like really quick shots of like Peacemaker knifing somebody in the throat. And we got a shot of Rick Flag Sr., Frank Grillo, in live action, just walking. That's all he was doing. He was walking.
Just being there.
Big bloody bar fight, And John Cena saying, no matter how far away we are from each other, no one will ever break us apart. Toasting with the 11th Street Gang.
Yep.
And I don't know. It looked cool. It looked like a Peacemaker show. I was excited to see that, it's coming. And Gunn says it'll come very soon after Superman. So
I'm surprised he hadn't slated that somewhere yet, but because he's been rapping like actors for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're down the street in Savannah.
It's funny when we went to drop, because we had to drop Effie at the airport in Atlanta for her to go back to the Netherlands, and that day was when Gunn announced that he and his wife were back in Atlanta from LA. And I was like, damn. No, actually, Effie was like, damn. I was like, they can have that.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of Atlanta as soon as possible.
See a white-haired dude at the airport, though. You pin him down and ask him questions.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, we didn't go into the airport.
Oh, thank goodness.
Have fun.
Yeah. There's
Um,
it's a passable airport as far as passing time, but dear God, I don't really want to go unless I have to.
yeah. Yeah, it had been a long day. So Gunn was talking and said, the truth is almost all of Peacemaker is canon, with the exception of Justice League, which we will kind of deal with in the next season of Peacemaker. Kind of deal with. People are freaking out about this. This is pretty much what he's already said. We knew that Justice League wasn't going to be canon. Like, if there was anything in Peacemaker that wasn't canon, it was going to be that Justice League shot at the end.
Yeah.
Which I saw one article give different options for how they could address the canon change. And my favorite, I think, is Peacemaker just said that shit happened. Like, that part was just a fictional thing in his brain. He's never met the Justice League. He doesn't know what they're like.
I went immediately to head injury.
That's fun.
I mean, just got a little bonked, man. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Lee Pace Batman over on Threads said, the real question people should be asking is Bat-Mite still canon? And James Gunn says, yes, that's the thing I'm the second most concerned about. Now, I did add a laughing face emoji.
Yeah.
Complete with tears, so.
Yeah.
This person said, is Adrian's older brother, who was childhood friends with Chris, still alive? Will we ever get to see that older brother, or was it just a throwaway line to show how Adrian met Chris? James Gunn said his name is Gut. At least that's what Chris calls him. Yes, he's important overall. So, yay.
Okay.
Cool little answers
from
cool big people. Over to Lanterns. They've added Purna Jagannathan in a significant recurring role. She is from Never Have I Ever. I do not know her, but they're still casting people, so I guess it's still happening.
Yeah. I was just thinking as you were saying it, man, we're at a strange time in our news.
I know. Where things are actually happening.
Yeah, and just moving over to Lanterns alone. The phrase is weird.
All right. Well, guess what?
Yeah. What now?
Let's move over to that Paradise Island show, Paradise Lost.
Okay.
Someone asked if that's still in development, and Gunn said very active development.
God, I forgot about that one. All right.
I know. People keep bringing it up like, oh, he claimed this was happening, but it hasn't happened. Nah, bitches, it's happening. It is just it's in very active development.
It's a very big kitchen, and he's cooking, but damn.
That is not a green light.
No.
But it's still going.
Yeah.
It's still developing. Let's go over to the section that I like to call DCTea.
It's a disturbing. Well, I don't think I like that sound effect at all. I want a trigger warning next time you decide to do that.
Yeah. The trigger warning is me saying it's time to get over to DCT.
Fair enough.
Sean Gunn, having played Weasel, Calendar Man, and G.I. Robot, says his favorite DC character to play is Maxwell Lord.
I mean, hell yeah. Okay.
Which makes me think, okay, well, we're about to see some Maxwell Lord somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gunn shot down a rumor that he would be adapting the Justice League movie, or he'd be adapting New Frontier as the Justice League movie. He said, nope, sorry, no truth to this whatsoever.
It's just you started talking about an island and we all got excited.
Huh?
It's just when he starts talking about an island, you get excited.
An island?
Yeah. New Frontier.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought you were still talking about Paradise Lost for a second. No. I was like, we moved on.
Yeah. Very different. But.
All right. So he said, no truth to this whatsoever. I love New Frontier, and its magical alternate history is a big influence on DC Studios. Man, I mean, I feel him. I love New Frontier.
Yeah, I'd be down for it. I really would like to see an adaptation of that at some point.
I would. Well, I mean, they did do an animated adaptation of it years ago.
True, yeah. I forget about that thing. We got to go back through those.
We do.
Or we got to finish going back, though. We dabbled.
We stuck it just the tip in.
Mm-hmm. Lost
just for
our
a
way.
minute, just to see how it felt.
Lost our way like we often do.
Well, we got to finish the Tomorrowverse, and then we can go back and watch the old ones.
Yeah, true.
Because we never actually went back for like the old stuff, like because it started with Superman Doomsday, and I was on its face. I was just like, "Fuck that." I hated that movie when I saw it, back when I was in college.
Yeah.
And then the next one was like Batman Gotham Knights, and I'm like, yeah, I know Kevin Conroy's in it, but I hated
Really
it.
got to. Yeah.
It's like anime and
Yeah.
and they tried to be like it. Not only is it like anime, but it's also like scripted by Nolan and Goyer, and it was supposed to be like happen in between Begins and Dark Knight.
Mm,
And I was like, I don't see how any of this connects.
no.
It's
I don't
just
think
a
we're going to
weird.
watch that one again. I would like to try the experiment, but not enough to actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, we probably should watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be a long damn while. Oh, man.
Oh, there's time.
So James Gunn was talking to Collider,
Mhm.
and they were talking about, ratings limits on their movies. And Gunn said, we're not about that. We're not about see how it does. We've got one opportunity to take these characters and really press forward and do what we believe. I am a great believer that if we tell good, authentic stories, if a movie does well or doesn't do as well, if you keep with that same philosophy, that you're going to build a universe that people are going to love and want to be a part of for a long time. It's not about testing out to see if this thing works. It's not about telling a story. It's just about telling a story. If a story is going to be R-rated, we're totally okay with that. If it's going to be PG, PG-13, G, I don't care. Whatever is worthy of the story, that's what we're going to do. And I feel like kind of what he's talking about, maybe with the testing it out to see if it works, might be the BVS Suicide Squad. Like, let's put out a PG-13 version, and if it does okay, we'll put out a Blu-ray of the R-rated version and say, this is the real version, cats.
Maybe. It's a hard position to take, because...
It's a stupid fucking...
Yeah. It's just a really hard position to take, because he's got to, I don't know, you got to account for some overseas sales here as head of the freaking studio on that part, but it seems like
but
you could, say that and sound brave and then put it out and it'd be 13 later and just be like, yeah, it just turned out that way, but we wanted the young money anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I think,
you could also preface that way and then put it out as R and be like, yeah, I told you, man. It might go down.
Yeah, I really do. I think Gunn is the guy to do this. I think he's just going to look at it and go well, if we do this and this and this, it's going to be an R-rated thing, and it really doesn't need to be that. There's no point for that. If the character calls for it, the story calls for it, sure.
Yeah.
I do think he's that guy.
It's true though. He does have a unique position also. He doesn't have to care like I'm used to thinking about, because he's not going to get fucked with by the studio in the same way. If something doesn't hit immediately with just the right effect on the box office, he can wait a little more than other people can and still keep his things going.
He's also spending way less than they previously spent on these things.
True. Although that is the trend at the moment.
It is the trend, but it's something he's been saying for years and years now, where he's like, it doesn't need to be that much money, y'all. Y'all being stupid.
Yeah.
I come from trauma.
Yeah.
Or trauma.
I wonder how long that's been the case. Because you remember, when we were kids, people talked about $100 million movie being just freaking crazy. Cannot believe they put that much into it. Mm-hmm. But I never anticipated back in those days ever hearing the story that you could have, directors, authors, whatever, just saying whoa, 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 pump the brakes, man, pump the brakes. Don't need anywhere near that amount of money touching this film.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder when that scooted back the other direction.
The studios want to get crazy and be like, oh, well, this is going to be great. We're excited. Let's throw more money at it. And just got to do go dude, you are going to ruin this. Do not give me that amount of money, because then you're going to be mad if it doesn't make that amount of money and more.
Yeah.
It's got to make twice that for it to or more than twice that for it to even really make a profit.
Yeah.
When you consider marketing.
Yeah.
Oh God. Movie studios are like the fucking mob, dude.
It really is a crazy part. If you made, just do simple, easy math on that one. If you made $2 million movie and it made $20 million, that's 18 freaking million. That's incredible, right? That's an absurd return. Spend $500 million on the movie, comes back with $518 million in box office. Everyone's fired. Still made money. Same 18.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scale fucks them completely.
And that's something that we're going to have to be prepared to hear from the naysayers, from the Snyder bots, from all these people. When, a Gunn Superman movie or whatever it is, makes $500 million, and they're like, it flopped. No, he spent $100 million to make it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It didn't flop. You're not looking at all of the numbers. You're not paying attention. So get ready for that, because we'll get to hear that.
I mean,
we've still got people out here claiming that this thing cost $350 million, this Superman movie. And Gunn has already laughed his dick off about that and was like, well, I don't know where you got that number, but okay. No, it didn't.
I mean, no, and it's not been kind of folded over and given all the flotsam and jetsam of failed projects before it, like some other films do.
Mm-hmm.
Just scooting around with that, $100 million worth of budget for some other crap. This one's been relatively clean.
For all the reshoots. You got to have all the reshoots, Jason.
Yeah.
You got to have all the reshoots for when the studio decides, no, we can't do that. We got to do this. Well, I don't like that. Why don't we do this? Reshoot it. Get that green screen in here.
$100K per treatment from 4 people
Jesus
who touched it and never came back for another working day on the entire project.
Uh-huh.
Get a special thanks to credit at the end.
Uh-huh. So moving on, someone asked if Gunn had any ideas for how Deathstroke could potentially work in the DCU. Are there plans for him at all? Gunn says yes and yes.
Both good.
Deathstroke. This person says, as a parent, I've noticed it's quite tricky to introduce young kids around 6 and under to DC characters in a kid-friendly way, especially compared to Disney's offerings like Spidey. Are there any plans to create content specifically for that age group soon? James Gunn says yes. So there's that.
That's all you get for now.
All right, so next we're going to talk about the Batman epic crime saga. We're going to get into that, but first I think we need to take a break. You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you guys shortly. Hey, Dave here, and if you are listening to DC on Screen, then my guess is you're into stories about people with superpowers. What kind of consequences come from having those powers? What kind of responsibilities? Well, my friend, Amanda Denham, has written a book you'll love called Sin Eater. 2 years ago, Jade Holloway uncovered a startling truth about herself. She had the power to erase memories, but her discovery came at a devastating cost when she unintentionally wiped her best friend Jenny's mind, leaving her in a coma. Now, as the Sin Eater, Jane wields her abilities to free others from their sins, all while grappling with the weight of her own past mistakes. Amanda Denham's debut novel, Sin Eater, invites readers on an unforgettable journey filled with new friendships, haunting scars, and the profound influence of memory. Guys, I read it. It's a winner. This is not even a paid ad. I honestly just believe in the work. Check it out. Be sure to keep up with Amanda Denham. This kid's going places. Look for Sin Eater online at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, or follow the link in the show notes of this podcast to donbates.com/Amanda Denham. Back to the show. All right, we are back. During the break, I did something that I think I realized was the closest I actually ever get to seducing my wife. I walked out, I went to the bathroom, then I came out and said to her, I'm going to Walmart after this. Get your list ready, baby.
Quite literally bringing home bacon.
We are out.
Yeah.
But I was like, I said that somewhat seductively. And I meant it.
Yeah.
We need some more bottled water, baby. Remember.
Of course I could see you telling her, I didn't mean to be seductive about that. No, I'm into it. I'm into it, Dave. Don't worry about it.
Doot, doot, doot. We need some bottled water. Doot, doot, doot.
Oh, don't slow down on my account. No one here's complaining.
We need some more Wickles. That's good. Let's talk about this Batman epic crime saga, for Christ's sake.
He didn't win.
Talking about the Batman Part 2, which is still slated for October 2nd, 2026.
My, that seems so long. But okay.
It does. Someone said, James, it was reported a while back that Matt Reeves has already finished the script for the Batman Part 2. Is that really true? James Gunn says, I think that report was well-intentioned, but it was mistaken. We are very much looking forward to it.
That's good.
He still don't have a script.
Whoever that reporter is, I guess, is on the polite list. They're on the nice list.
Uh-huh. So it was reported that Barry Keoghan's Joker was rumored for not only a major role in the next film, but his own series as well.
hard no on that one?
Well, Derek Ferrasi from Marvel Vision also said it, and he's going to be the main villain in Batman Part 3, and just so much stuff. But Gunn says, turn on threads, and everyone is asking me about this. There is absolutely no truth to this. A Joker series is not being discussed, nor has it even come up at this time. Sorry. So, yeah. None of these reports could be believed. That's what I tell you guys. I told you earlier this episode. I've been telling you for over a year now. Actually, you and I have been telling these people, for 7 of the 8 years.
It's been a motto for quite some time on that.
Yeah. Rumors are rumors. Don't believe them.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
We've learned the hard way ourselves.
Yeah, we learned the hard way.
Many times.
And, I still bring them up because I see so many people who I know listen to this show. I see so many people bringing it up on Twitter and threads and, it's happening. It's happening. No.
Like, damn it, man. We discussed this.
It's like the, do you remember the Simpsons bit where Sideshow Bob is out and they have the Simpsons in witness protection? And they're like, all right, well, from now on, you're going to be Homer Thompson from Terror Lake. Respond in kind when I say, good evening, Mr. Thompson. And he says, good evening, Mr. Thompson. And Homer just stares at him. He's like, I'll say it again. Your name is Homer Thompson. Good evening, Mr. Thompson. And Homer just stares at him. And then we cut to hours later, and they're like chain smoking cigarettes. And he's like, all right. When I say good evening, Mr. Thompson, and step on your foot, you say good evening. And Homer's like, got it. He's like, good evening, Mr. Thompson. Stomp, 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 stomp. And Homer just keeps looking down, worried at his foot, and then leans over and goes to the other guy, I think he's talking to you. It's that. It's that exact scene. Stop trusting the rumors.
Hadn't heard about that one in a while, but yeah, it's about right. That's familiar for a reason.
God, I want to rewatch The Simpsons. Oh. All right, let's talk about some Elseworlds here. Harley Quinn. They are continuing with season 5, but it has been pushed back. It was supposed to have come out sometime this month, but they pushed it.
Gotcha.
We don't know where. We don't know when, but it's coming. And finally, the last bit of news we have.
Wow.
I know.
Snuck up on you.
It did. Actually, it didn't. I knew exactly where it was.
You were just trying to be nice.
I was. The Smallville animated series. Tom Welling said, we want it to work. The honest answer is we have not been able to get Warner Brothers to give us the thumbs up. We need their permission. We haven't even gotten a response. It's the weirdest thing because it is more of a fan-driven idea. It's not going to be a blockbuster. It's not going to be a financial windfall for any of us. That's not the weirdest thing that you haven't gotten a response, Tom.
Yeah.
You've just explained, it's the weirdest response. It's not going to be successful at all.
Yeah.
I think we have a reason. He says, we all like each other. We all like working together. And if we could do it, it'd be fun. But Warner Brothers, and I'm not hating on them, they just haven't gotten back to us. It's not a priority for them. It's like a not returning phone calls thing. Well, yeah, man. They're trying to wrap up Superman and Lois. They're trying to get this other Superman thing off the ground. They're doing My Adventures with Superman. What the hell do they need with a Smallville animated series? As much as I would watch it.
I would. But, yeah, you're not wrong. doesn't have to be there necessarily. But
One of my favorite things is like
to see him just read that and respond with another. Like I would just love to see a quick message right after that. Oh shit! Just saw that article. No, the answer was no. We can't do it right now.
I
forgot to call back.
Yeah. What was funny is like I saw I didn't include it in the notes, but it was another little piece. You know how they put like a previous article, a previous interview at the end of the article to kind of fill it out and be like, well, previously he said, and I can't remember if we talked about it on the show or not, but Tom was just like, he was like, oh yeah, like I want to do it. Michael wants to do it. And Kristen wants to do it. John Glover wants to do it. We probably have a hard time getting Allison. No kidding, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be like, no, if you did get Allison
what
back.
Poor interviewer was he talking to when he dropped that?
Oh, I don't know. It was funny though.
I just feel bad for him if they didn't pick up what he was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got time.
Probably. Yeah. But yeah, I would absolutely watch a Smallville sequel series.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was like my biggest concern when they first started talking about it. And I was like, dude, like I remember several years ago, they had like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer animated series in the works, and you could watch like the little pitch trailer they had. But the premise was it takes place sometime in season 2. And I'm like, are you seriously going to tell me that you're going to do a kids animated show set during season fucking 2 of Buffy, where most of the season Angel is Angelus running around killing people and talking about nailing puppies to doors and shit?
Oh, I forgot about puppies. Yeah, he's bad.
Angelus is terrible. The whole thing is like, Buffy fucked. Look at the consequences, and you're gonna do a kids show set somewhere. Okay. Well,
I really don't know where I'd put a kids show exactly. Maybe season 5.
I wouldn't put a kids show anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Anywhere. And I guess they agreed with us, but at the same time, like that's what I was thinking they were doing. Is like, oh yeah, let's go and like, kind of recapture the magic. The magic, would be like all the things I was hoping they would get past. The Freak of the Week and the,
Yeah, just finish up some of the serialized stuff that...
high school bullshit, yeah.
No such.
But the fact that they're talking about it being a proper sequel that starts where Smallville ends.
Mm.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I've been I have all the season 11 Smallville comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty good. And I would love to have like I've been seeing people customizing Superman figures from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line and into the Smallville season 11 Superman outfit, and it is different. There's some specific little differences, but they 3D printing has gone absolutely insane, and people are making these fantastic Tom Welling Superman head sculpts. And dear Christ, I want my Superman figure. I want my Tom Welling Superman figure.
Yeah.
I do. People have made some really cool Nicolas Cage Superman figures. I'm taking notes. I'm like, look, man, Nick Cage, that was the Superman we barely got a little bit. We saw him for a minute in The Flash. I still want an action figure.
I'd take the action figure at least, but I don't know, man. Where did they talk about whether they're going to use the comics in Smallville if they were going to do it, or just would that still be?
I don't know if they were going to see. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I don't know if they would pick up and just do their own thing, which I assume is what they would do, or if they would go by the Smallville comics. I would hope that they would go by the Smallville comics, but might just be two alternate realities. It's sort of like
I think I asked you once what they had gotten up to in that kind of season, so to speak, and I think you told me, but it's been a while.
Oh yeah, it's been a while for me. I'd have to go back and reread. Like I know, like Lana is off helping people in some war-torn country or something, and she's like her own superhero or something. I can't remember exactly what was going on with all of them. Like I know they do their own like Crisis, their own version of Crisis by the end of it.
Nice. Hey, if they ever do make it back, you want to start a betting pool on how they write out Chloe? I'll do like a Deadpool.
I mean, they don't even have to really write her out.
They
could really just get
her if you do animation.
just recast her. I like the character of Chloe.
I do like the character. I don't know how much I care this far exaggerated, and God, not a lot of people are going to really know. And I mean, I feel like the people who would be into that show would be willing to be like, no. I know why. Just we're okay with it. Just recast it. It's fine.
I think we're all good. Like I honestly think we're all good, and I would love for them to do season 11 and just adapt the comic and then go beyond that.
I do want to talk to the two lunatics who are going to be like, no, she got screwed. You should have kept her.
Oh, there's going to be some, it's woke cancel culture. She branded people. Sex trafficking.
I just want to see
cult leader.
Just want to see the couple people who rushed to her defense just so I can go, why?
I'm not saying she wasn't manipulated too.
Oh yeah. She was contrite at the end. But.
She was deep in the doo-doo. I get it. Still.
Really?
Branded women.
I think I heard she was contrite at the end.
Sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm. We'll just play it on
cult leader.
Yep. The text won't change. Doesn't need to. Crazy.
Yeah. We can just take all of your angry Diddy memes that you've been posting and slap
a blonde on there.
Slap Chloe right on there.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think that's all I've got. How you feeling, man? You want to keep going? You want to just talk about some bullshit? I don't know.
Nah, we should call it.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
That is fun. I'm so rarely the person. That's very much the like. All right, man. Just what do you think? You want to hit the next bar? Nah, I'm gonna call an Uber. Energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Walmart and buy water.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah. But yeah.
I'm just
real
so
quick.
rarely
Thank you.
the person who wants to call it a night.
Are you?
I mean, an actual night. Yeah. Get a motherfucker out, and we ain't coming back.
Yeah. Well.
Unless there's stuff on. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too. Thank you so much to the patrons. Patreon.com/DC on screen. And when we make extra content, the $5 tier does get that content. But if you pay $1, you get, every episode ad free. You get that. The $5 tier gets all of it, though. I'm well aware that we haven't made anything for a minute. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit for not signing up. It's really just more than anything. It's just a support thing because, we've been doing this show for a really long time.
It's how the lights
It'd be cool to get have a little comeback on it, but help us create, help us make this thing. But I get it. Times are tough there, guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that said, if you guys need to unsubscribe, that's okay too. We're not going to be mad at you. I get it. Just letting you know.
Just wondering at what point you decided to actively try to scuttle the Patreon during this pitch.
What do you mean? Not scuttling anything. It's just, we're coming up on Christmas, Jason.
You went from mentioning the idea of Patreon to actively trying to talk anyone out of supporting it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I just feel bad because we're coming up on Christmas. Look, we're coming up on Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And the best
neither
gift
one
is
of us,
free time.
Neither one of us are on a street corner with a fucking eye patch and a tin cup. We're okay.
Mostly, yeah.
So, if you guys need to not support the show, and you are currently, we're not going to be mad at you. That's all I'm saying. Show's still free.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I do prefer the ad-free versions.
Yeah, I do too.
Which is why I keep the versions where it's edited before I send it off to you.
But yeah,
life hack.
But if you do want to support us and love us on that level, man, thank you.
Yeah, very much so.
I really appreciate it. We both
Thanks
do.
for staying against Dave's best advice.
Look, it's not best advice. It's just, like I said, times are tough.
They are.
Times suck. Let's be honest. The economy's not great.
I have not been able to support us in a very long time.
Yeah, so it's fine. You guys go with God, Godspeed, but I prefer the devil's leisure.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.